So there were these three prisoners. They've been chained up in a cave, underground, in a deep tunnel. They were born there by some experiment. And as they're chained up there, they're able to see figures flashing before them, shadows, dark figures on the cave walls. They're not able to see behind them. One day, one of the prisoners goes up the cave as he escapes from his chains, finds his way up a tunnel and out into the earth, and he sees the light. And he hurries back down to see his friends, and he's captured again. He's chained up with his friends, and he tells them about his journey, about this light that he saw. They don't believe him.
Sounds like a parallel to Plato's allegory of the cave. It's a powerful metaphor about enlightenment and the human condition.
I want to understand how we can find the absolute truth to know who is in the right, those in the cave or those in the light.
Big question. Some argue we're all in a cave of sorts, limited by our perceptions. But striving for truth requires questioning our beliefs, seeking knowledge beyond the shadows. Ready to step out of the cave? We all start in the cave, shaped by our experiences. The journey to the light, understanding deeper truths, comes from questioning and exploring.
I think I'm always questioning and exploring, but I wonder if my questioning and exploring could lead me to a false light.
That's a valid concern. Seeking truth is a gamble. It can lead to enlightenment or misdirection. But staying stagnant definitely keeps us in the dark. It's about balancing skepticism with open-mindedness.
What do you think the two prisoners were thinking when the third prisoner came back and told them about this light?
They were likely skeptical or fearful. Imagine if your reality was suddenly challenged. They might have thought he was delusional or feared the unknown outside the cave. Change, after all, can be terrifying. The two left behind are likely grappling with confusion and fear. They find comfort in their known reality, even if it's limited. The escapee, on the other hand, is overwhelmed by the light, but driven by a newfound awareness. He wants to share it, but struggles with disbelief from those still in darkness. The prisoners left behind might feel a mix of skepticism and fear, holding on to their familiar reality. The escapee, now aware of a broader truth, faces frustration trying to convey his experience. It's a clash of worlds.
I think the person trying to convey the light that he saw could at some point, because he's met with so much dissent, feel that maybe he's the one in the cave.
Exactly. Doubt can creep in when facing strong opposition. He might question his own perceptions, wondering if he's mistaken. Being a trailblazer is tough. It's a test of conviction and resilience. He could indeed start doubting himself, feeling torn between the clarity of his vision and the skepticism of others. It's a tough spot, challenging his own beliefs.
It may challenge his beliefs. So the prisoners, are they then seeking security over enlightenment or potential enlightenment?
Yes, they might be prioritizing security. The familiarity of the cave offers a sense of safety, even if it's limiting. Enlightenment requires confronting the unknown, which can be daunting. It's a choice between comfort and growth.
So in order for us to grow, we need to get out of our comfort zone.
That's exactly it. Growth often requires stepping out of comfort zones, facing uncertainty, and embracing the unfamiliar. When we step out of our comfort zones, we expose ourselves to new experiences and perspectives. This can lead to personal growth, but it also requires courage and resilience.
The escapee, he's thinking at some point, there's something to share with these individuals. We've been led astray. We've not thought it before, or there's just a whole different world that just wasn't considered. There's got to be a struggle from that person to want to even say anything. How can he ever present such a grand idea to get people to actually change their mind, to see something completely different, to just change all thoughts, defaults, and rule of thumb on everything and say, maybe it's not as we see. Maybe it's a little different. Maybe this is a cave. Maybe there is some light. Maybe I need to get out of my comfort zone, get out of that safety, and start searching for that light. However, when does that person start to consider, or what should they consider in thinking, maybe there's not really light out there. Maybe I just made that up. I like that concept, that difficult concept, the idea that you cannot convince somebody of what you know to be true. That stalemate. I like that.
It's a complex tension, right? In Plato's allegory, the freed prisoner sees the truth outside the cave, but those inside can't fathom it. It reflects how challenging it is to change perspectives, especially when you're deeply rooted in your beliefs.
Do you think that today many people are living in the cave?
Absolutely. Many people are still in the cave, chained by their own beliefs, misinformation, or fear of questioning the status quo. Societal norms, media, and personal biases can keep people from seeing the light of broader perspectives or truths. Stepping out of the cave requires courage and open-mindedness, but the reward is a richer, more nuanced understanding of the world.